What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good freaking person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Man, today we're going to be talking about life's obstacles and how overcoming those life obstacles is like paying your success tax. It's like you're either going to overcome that obstacle and you're going to pay your success tax your success tax so that you can reach that next level, or you're going to let those obstacles overcome you and you ain't going to pay no taxes. I know in life, in business, you try to pay as little taxes as possible, but paying those taxes, and if you have a lot of income to pay on taxes, that means that you're doing good. So I guess when life throws you a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties your way, you overcoming them is like paying your success tax. It really is. And I say that because life is never easy. Like things will hardly ever go as planned. Like the situation will never be perfect. And the moment that you realize that it's all up to you, to us, to push forward instead of laying off the gas, instead of lifting your foot off the gas, is really the moment that you reach that next level. Because going through hard things, accomplishing hard things, is how you reach that next level, is how you expand your capacity of what you think is possible. But saying it is one thing, it really is. And actually following through with it is actually the challenging thing to accomplish. It's a lot easier said than done. And I get it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this shit because it's the absolute truth. Like and the reason why so many of us fail to reach our goals is because we give into that bitch voice that we have up in our heads. Like it truly is. Like that voice that tells us, oh man, just take it easy. Man, no one is watching. Like that voice that tells us, man, just do it tomorrow. Because today's just about done. Like just play small. That voice that tells us, you're hurt. Just give up. Like it's okay, you're hurt. And you know what I say to that voice? I say, fuck you, man. I really do. I say to that voice, man, we didn't come this far to only come this far. I say, tighten up, because we are just getting fucking started. I say, man, get up. Let's go make this shit happen. Like right fucking now. Because it's so easy to play small. It's so easy to just give up. It's so easy to say, oh man, it's because of this excuse or it's because of that excuse that I can't do it. Like we all become professional excuse makers when we don't want to do anything. But if you do that, man, I promise you that regret will come later. Like it always does. And you will wish that you had given it another shot because pain is temporary. It really is. But regret, that shit can last a lifetime. Like, look, I like to always use experiences that I've gone through. I always like to use things that I've been able to overcome or that I'm overcoming or that I'm in the middle of fucking overcoming, so that you can see and use some of my experiences so that you can relate them to your life and see how you can level up. And so I hurt my back like really, really bad this past Friday morning. I'm actually still kind of in pain right now. It's trying to get the best of me, but I'm doing my hardest to not let it. And it was in the most stupidest fucking way too, man. Like I've never hurt my back the way I've hurt it, and I still can't believe that it happened that way, man. Like I really can't. Like obviously it happened, and I have to believe that that's how it happened. I know that's how it happened, but it's just still so shocking to me because that's never happened to me before. But I've learned that obstacles will always be thrown at you, at us, at anybody that's working on becoming better. You'll always have obstacles. You'll always have things that challenge you. You always have things that inconvenience you. And if you let them get the best of you, they will get the best of you. So I hurt my back and it was on Friday and it was the first day, the start of the phase 3 of the Live Hard program. I shared with you guys before that, a couple episodes back, I was in phase 2, and then before that, I was in phase 1, and then before that, I was doing 75 hard, which is kind of like phase 0 of the whole entire year program. And man, and it's been a challenge. It's been a road to come here to this very moment. It's been uh, a difficult. Um, it's had taken a lot of me to be able to say that we're starting phase 3 on day 1. And so this Friday, it was the first day of the phase 3 program, and we were out of town. We were out of town, like we actually had just finished flying back from Boston. We were out on vacation with my wife. She had won this trip for being 5 years employed at her job, and it was amazing. We were out there for several days, and then we flew back. I changed the brakes on my wife's car that next day, and we drove up to St. Augustine. And we drove up to St. Augustine because Janelle's brother, my brother-in-law, had just him and his girlfriend had just finished having a baby Azil. He was just born, so we wanted to go visit them, and we wanted to go see the baby. So of course we were out of our normal routine. We were up in an Airbnb. We were up. Bed was super uncomfortable. Actually, maybe that's kind of what it like made this flare up. But we knew that when it got to Friday, we were actually planning to drive back Friday. We knew that when we were driving back that day, Friday, was going to be the start of the Live Hard program. And we were like, fuck, that's going to be a little bit challenging having to drive back from St. Augustine to Miami, but it ain't no thing. We're going to push through. We're going to make it happen. And actually, we did push through, right? So that date, the start date of phase 3 is fixed. The reason why it's fixed is because it's the final phase of the year-long mission. Like, excuse me, Live Hard is a year program, and it starts with 75 hard, then phase 1, 2, and 3. And phase 3, you have to finish it. Like the last day of phase 3 has to be the anniversary date of when you started 75 hard, which for us, it would be June 1st. So we started phase 3 on May 3rd because there's 31 days. And so phase 3 is kind of like the most, in my opinion, it's probably the most challenging one, even though the phase 0 75 hard per se, it's actually 75 days. It's more than twice as long as the 30 day. But this phase 3 has a lot more tasks to do. Like, and so in my opinion, it's actually the most challenging one, right? And the reason why I feel like it's the most challenging one is because you have so many daily tasks to accomplish. Like, it's a lot of things you got to do. And if you fail any task at any moment, any day during those 30-day period of phase 3, you actually fail the entire year. Like, there's no restarting. Like in 75 hard in phase 1 and 2, if you fail, you have the ability to restart the count. But because phase 3 is at the end of the year, and you have to finish it with the anniversary date of when you started, if you fail one day, that's it. You fail the whole fucking year. So restarting isn't something that is even an option for us. Like, it's not. We've been working our ass off to make this happen for the whole year. So we're gonna fucking make this shit happen. Like, no matter what happens, we're committed. We're fucking focused, and we're gonna make this shit happen, right? But that morning, that on day 1, that morning on Friday, life had other plans for me. It really did. And like, we started the morning great. We woke up early. We went out for that morning exercise. It was a beautiful day out. Like, we came back, we had some breakfast, and then we started packing because we had to check out out of the Airbnb that same morning. So we were a little bit, we were on a schedule, and we were a little tight, but we were making it happen. And so after we finished packing, Janelle jumped in the shower, and then while she was jumping in the shower, I picked up my book and I was reading my portion because one of the tasks is actually reading. So then she gets out of the shower, and then it's my turn to jump in the shower, and I didn't even think twice about this shit. Like I was gonna make it happen. Like you see, because like in phase 3, aside from all the other tasks that you have to do, one of them is taking a 5-minute cold shower. And normally this one isn't a problem for me. It really isn't. Yeah, like, it's fucking challenging. I'm not gonna front about that. It is challenging always when you need to get in. Your mind is always battling you. Oh, like, just turn the hot water to hot, all this shit. But it's only challenging at the beginning. And I feel like I've done this over 100 times already. Like by now. So you end up getting used to it after a couple minutes. It's only the immediate first when you jump in that it shocks you, like, but if you're able to control your breath, you could really overcome it. But so when I jumped in, like, I guess since I had been, and I'm just putting this together now as I'm explaining it, that bed was really uncomfortable. And I guess me sleeping in that uncomfortable bed kind of flared up maybe my sciatica, or I have some herniated disc in my back, and maybe it flared them up. I don't know what it did, but so when I got in the cold shower, like naturally, of course, my body got all tensed. It always does this when you jump in the cold shower, and I usually breathe through it and I calm myself down, but I wasn't being able to do it. Like I jumped in the cold shower and I was tense, and like I wasn't thinking twice about it, and so I started putting soap all over my face, and for some reason, man, like I fucking ended up swallowing soap, and it went up my nose, and it went my and I swallowed it, went up the wrong hole, the breathing hole, and then what happened is I immediately went into a fucking coughing attack, and I was like coughing, and I don't want to cough right now because it's gonna make my back hurt, but like 2 to 3 coughs in, bam, like I was like, ah, I felt this like super tightness, like stabbing type of pain come from my lower back area. And I was like, fuck. I immediately like crunched up from the pain. It was so bad. It was like they were stabbing me with a sword, like in my back. And that shit was bad. And I wanted so badly to change the water to hot right away when that happened to ease the pain. Like, but I didn't. I couldn't. I knew that if I fucking moved that water to hot, I'd have to restart the 5 minute cold shower, and so I had to wait. So I waited for that timer to go off, right, for the 5 minutes. It was like maybe like 2 minutes left when all this happened, and then like I was in pain, I was crunched up, but I knew that I needed to accomplish that task, and it is what it is. So I fucking battled through, and when I did, as soon as I finished, that timer went off. I fucking turned it off, and I immediately put that water as hot as I could, and I let that water just sit on my back, kind of just like trying to ease like the pain. And I actually tried also doing some stretching in the shower, like to reaching my toes and all that. And it kind of helped a little bit, but not much. It really didn't. Like I was in pain. Like I'm still a little bit of a pain. Um, but I knew that I had to pull through. Like I knew I knew that I had hurt something. I had pulled something. I knew that something was wrong because I was in massive amount of pain. Like like I shared with you, I have a couple herniated discs in my back, so maybe it was that, or also suffer from my sciatica nerve on the left side, and that's my left hip is actually what's swollen the most right now, and maybe it was that too. I don't know. Maybe it was a combination of things that I hadn't been stretching for a while, and I was sleeping in this whack ass mattress, and I don't know what it was, but it fucking happened. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, when I got out of the shower, I looked at myself, man, and you could see my hip like completely shifted to one side, and my core area all crunched up, like from I don't know, it was just all tensed up, crunched up. It was bad, like it really was. And like I got out of the shower, I got dressed, and I took some painkillers to help out with the pain, and I took some ibuprofen for the swelling, and it was what it was. I had to fucking deal with it. And the shitty part was that we needed to check out of the Airbnb like right away. Like I was on time. Like Janelle was like, "Hey, we got 15 minutes left to check out," and I was just finishing up the shower, and so it was crunch time. And there was no time to really sit around and relax and ease my back pain. Like it wasn't. I had to just push through it. And on top of that, we were driving back down to Miami in the afternoon. So that was another challenge to overcome. Like I had to drive, and I mean, I didn't have to, but I like driving. And it was a total of almost like 7 hours of driving from St. Augustine to Miami, if you include all the stops that we did and dropping off my mother-in-law on the way down. And so by the time I got home, it was like 11 p.m. I kid you not. It was pretty fucking late. It was 11 p.m. And I knew that I still needed to get my second workout in. Like, I didn't want to do it. I actually fucking, like that bitch voice inside of me was so loud. Like, it was like, man, fuck this shit. Like, you're hurt, Randy. People are gonna understand. Like, man, it's okay. Like, you're hurt really bad. You can barely walk. Like, you're hunched. You're crunched over. Like, you're in pain. It's like a stabbing, pinching pain every time you move in a certain way. Just try it again next year. It's gonna be okay. People are gonna understand. That's what my voice kept telling me. But I said, fuck that. Like, no. Like, and I know because if I let this pain get the best of me, like just because I'm in pain right now, I know, and I've gone through painful situations before, that if you let it get the best of you, like once it's over, once you start feeling better, like what happens is you get this massive amount of regret come in. And the reason why you get this regret is because you fucking bitched out. Because you let that bitch voice get the best of you. And so I know that I wasn't gonna let it happen. And so I took some painkillers, I went out for that 45-minute exercise, which for us, since I was in pain and I could barely kind of move and do stuff, we just went out for a walk. And we ended up finishing that second exercise, that walk that we went for, just about 15 minutes. Actually, we went out for the walk just about 15 minutes before midnight. It was like 11:45 when we stepped out the door, and it was challenging, man. I was walking very slow. I was in pain. Sometimes if I took a step too forward, like I'd feel like this pinching nerve, and like, oh man, it was painful. It was like one of the most brutal 50-minute workouts that I've had in a while. Like it was bad. It really was. But I pushed through. Like I finished all of my tasks for that day one, and I ended up going to bed around like 2:30 in the morning or so, like something around there, maybe a little later. But when I went to bed, boy, man, I was so fucking proud of myself for pushing through the pain. Like I really was. I was just there, and I was in pain in the bed, and I was just thinking, and I had my eyes closed, and I was just thanking God for giving me the strength to push through. Like, like telling myself how I'm so proud for pushing this through. Like everyone, the majority of people would have given up. Like they would have just made it okay because you hurt your back. That you try again next year. But no, next year is not an option for me. Next year I might do the program again because it's really helped me level up. But no, like fucking, we're gonna make this happen. And so that was Friday, and then Saturday, which was yesterday, was painful too. Like, but I focused yesterday on pretty much on just resting as much as I could. Like, aside from the tasks of phase three of all the tasks that are required to do the Live Hard program, like I focused on resting, on sleeping, on getting better, on just laying low. I really did. And by Sunday, today, when I'm recording this, I'm feeling a little better. I really am. Like, we've gone on. We walked yesterday twice, in the morning and at night. Today in the morning we walked, and then later at night I'm gonna fucking go for this another walk, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I feel like you know the pain is subsiding. I feel like it's the swelling it's been going down because I've been taking a lot of anti-inflammatories, but I still have pain. It's still there, and like I'm careful with not me moving too much or like me being too excited because that pinching pain, when it comes, it's fucking bad. Like it really is. But the pain is subsiding, and I know I've been through this before. I haven't hurt my back in that specific way, but I've hurt my back plenty of times before. And after a couple of days, you get better. The pain starts lowering and lowering. The inflammation goes down, and after a couple of days, I know that it'll be completely gone. And damn if I'm gonna let this fucking shit fuck me up, because it's not me for not show up for myself. Like maybe this was my old self back then. Maybe I would let the excuses get the best of me, and not maybe I knew I let the excuses get the best of me. But right now, in this fucking season that I'm in, and uh, this mindset that I have been in, like giving up is not an option for me. It really isn't, because I didn't come this far to only come this far, and me failing due to a lack of effort isn't gonna happen. I promise you that. Like I'm building up my mental toughness by persevering through this shit. Like all this pain that I'm feeling is only temporary, and me making it through all these difficult moments is like paying for my success tax. It really is, because when it's all said and done, I will be so fucking proud of myself that I didn't give up. Like even though every single cell in my body wanted to give up, I'm not bullshitting you. Every single cell wanted to give up. My mind, even still right now, is trying to get me to fucking to play small. To my mind was like, oh, don't record this episode. Just you're heard. Just play small. Like, but no, I've never missed an episode. We're on number 55, and I'm not gonna miss the episode, and I'm not gonna miss my workout after this, and I'm gonna keep fucking going, and I'm gonna keep leveling up. And that's how you grow. That's how you level up. That's how you become better, by leaning into those uncomfortable situations and not letting them get the best of you. Like, because if I give up, I'd have to start all over. And and using my hurt back as an excuse why I couldn't finish the year program, fuck that. That's not an excuse for me. That is not how champions are made. Like when the going gets tough, we roll up our fucking sleeves and we go all in. Like we don't let the excuses hold us back. Like instead, what we do is we use those shits as fuel so that we can reach our next level. So as I wrap up this episode right here, I'm here to ask you this important question. Like, what area in your life are you playing small? Like, and what excuses are you letting your mind make? And ultimately, letting them get the best of you. Like think of that through. Like what excuses are you letting your mind make, and ultimately letting that bitch voice hold you back? Like where are you playing small? Where are you making excuses? Where are you not being the best that you can be because of some pain, because of some situation, because it's not perfect, because things are just not going how you plan them to be? But guess what? They will never go how we plan them to be. This is why I like doing what I've been doing, because it really prepares you. It builds your mental toughness. It helps you evolve, because life will never be perfect. So don't let those excuses get the best of you. Excuses are like assholes. We all have them. But I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to push you. I'm here to empower you. And I'm here to tell you to keep going, because I fucking believe in you, man. Don't let those fucking excuses get the best of you. Overcome them and use them as fuel for not giving up. Because when it's all said and done, you will be so fucking proud of yourself for pushing through and reaching that next level. I promise you that, man. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the world that we're some badass motherfuckers. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I want to say that you got yourself a win, man, and I genuinely appreciate your valuable time for you investing it into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked us with. We are driven individuals. We are working on breaking the fucking stereotype, and we're working on becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey where we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash that subscribe button so that you never miss another episode. You can follow me on my Instagram. My handle is @WideOpenRandy. And if you felt any connection to today's message, man, I sincerely ask that you please share this on your stories, because those are the actions that get more people to see and to hear about this podcast. And ultimately, those are the actions that really help us spread the message. I'll catch up with you guys on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.